listening to the Art of Homeschooling podcast, where we help parents cultivate creativity and connection at home. I'm your host, Jean Miller, and here on this podcast, you'll find stories and inspiration to bring you the confidence you need to make homeschooling work for your family. Let's begin.
What if I told you there's no such thing as a perfect teacher? Seriously, not in a classroom, not in a homeschool, not anywhere. And there are no perfect home educators. Consider this. What do you think Rudolf Steiner meant when he said, quote, "Where is the book in which the teacher can read about what teaching is? The children themselves are this book." I think what he's saying, that what we really need is to be connected to our children, get to know them, follow their cues, and that's going to be different for each and every one of us. Today in this episode, I want to give you some tips for accepting wherever you are on your homeschooling journey, accepting yourself as a homeschooling parent, as a home educator, and finding your footing in the day-to-day so you can find a way to feel good about what you are doing and let go of being perfect. Even if you aren't hung up on perfectionism, so often as homeschoolers, we think if we just buy the right curriculum or design a great lesson, that all will go as planned every time. But then it doesn't. So we're left feeling like we've failed, like there's something wrong with us. When the truth is, we can't do it all every day. But we can do some of it each day, and that is enough. That's just right, actually, because it all adds up over the years. We just need to expand our view and our timeline. When I look back on our family's 25 plus years of homeschooling, I so clearly remember feeling like I made this plan, I designed this rhythm, but then I didn't get to everything I had in mind. I felt that way a lot, honestly, and we definitely had days where we didn't even get to our main lesson, or we didn't do any songs or verse recitation, or weeks would go by without doing a painting, or we would just bag it all and go for a hike. But once I was able to let go of the perfect homeschool notion of being that perfect home educator, I was able to be more present with my children, trying some things out, seeing how it went, observing. That's when I created this mantra for myself that I love sharing with other homeschoolers. And it goes like this: rather than perfection, let's focus on connection. Because even though we in my family had days that didn't go as planned, through all the years, all of our activities and time together added up to a beautiful homeschooling life that felt rich and rewarding and full of so much learning, and especially so many strong connections. If I'm being honest, though, I sure wish I had been able to relax a bit more and know that it was okay that I wasn't doing it all every single day. I wish I had been able to embrace that sooner in my journey, so I could have let go of feeling like a failure at homeschooling, feeling like everyone was able to do this but me. Yep, I felt that way too. If I had been able to feel a bit more like a sense of possibility in it all, here's where I would have started: with rhythm rather than curriculum. Rhythm is such a great place to begin and a great place to come back to when life gets a little wonky, which it will. I did eventually discover the beauty of rhythm, but it took me years. But I'll tell you that when I finally got there, after trying a lot of different curricula and never really feeling settled, I realized that by creating a simple daily rhythm for the whole family, hanging it up on the wall for all to see, I realized we could keep our homeschool going no matter what else was going on in our lives. It's important to build patterns, routines, rhythm, predictability into your homeschool day before planning, customizing, and implementing the curriculum. Believe me, this will help tremendously when it comes time to start your lessons. Because no matter what resources or packaged curriculum we may choose to buy, we each create our own curriculum anyway. We can't use someone else's pre-made curriculum exactly as it is. We weren't even meant to, actually. Curriculum writers even intentionally include multiple lesson options and lots of supplemental ideas. A packaged curriculum is really a comprehensive collection of possibilities, not a realistic plan, but we are often left feeling like we're not doing enough, we're not fitting it all in, or worse yet, we're falling behind and failing. When we create our own curriculum, we look at our children and bring them what they need. Starting with rhythm rather than a fixed curriculum allows us to be more flexible and the lessons more relevant to our children. So we wind up feeling like leaders in our homeschool, like we're steering the ship instead of someone else. It's a really good feeling. Once you establish your foundation of rhythm, the curriculum can flow so much more gracefully. And the great thing about building this strong foundation of rhythm is that when homeschooling gets off track, you have a place to come back to, a place to begin again, like a starting point. As I often share with homeschooling parents, when things fall apart, scale back until it works, and then you can build back up from there. This is where your rhythm will hold you, guide you, and bring you comfort in times of chaos or challenges or just an off day. Here are just a few of the benefits of creating a daily rhythm chart, a visual. You'll have less decision fatigue, fewer power struggles with your children, happier children and parents because everyone knows what to expect. Rhythm is like a dance, and we are searching for that sweet spot of structure and freedom. We want a little bit of both. So if you want some guidance, if you're looking for some guidance on working with rhythm in your homeschool, I have something that might help. It's called the Homeschool Rhythm Starter Kit, and it will help you create your daily rhythm chart so you can step into the flow and release the overwhelm. I want to help you feel better about your homeschooling sooner than I did. The steps in the kit include embracing the concentric circles of rhythm, designing a rhythm that works for you, and creating a visual rhythm chart that you can hang up on the wall. The kit includes lots of real-life pictures, images and examples from the Moms in My Inspired at Home community to help you envision a rhythm chart that's just right for your family. To get your copy, simply go to artofhomeschooling.com/startwithrhythm. And remember, a daily rhythm can set you free. So start with rhythm rather than curriculum. One last thought. Using curriculum often feels like pressure, whereas working with rhythm feels freer and lighter. That's what we want more of, right? And it all starts by acknowledging that there's no such thing as a perfect homeschool. There's no perfect home educator. And that is a good thing, I would say. So just remember, our aim is connection with our children. The externals of crafts, stories, blocks, lessons, how it all looks, that's less important. Your children are right there communicating to you what they need. And I encourage you to start with that. You can ditch the worry over doing it right. I promise you, it's all about being present, not perfect. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.
That's all for today, my friend. But here's what I want you to remember. Rather than perfection, let's focus on connection. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Art of Homeschooling podcast.